I'm going to have you do the mouthpiece first.
Okay.
All right. It's going to go on the right side. Okay, I'm going to have you hold that. Do you want gloves or are you okay?
I'll be alright.
I just put gloves because it's going in your mouth. I
Yeah.
don't want someone touching something that's going in my
Agreed.
mouth. Okay, so I'll kind of show you. This is on the model here. It's going on the right side. This is the part that's going to touch your teeth. Okay, this little nubbin right there. This, when you're taking it, you're going to take 2 hands and kind of push this back all the way in the back and just push it up. And if you need help, I help patients all the time. I won't watch because you make silly faces and people get embarrassed, so I'll let you try it out and let me know if you need help. It doesn't take, it's not usually quick the first time you try to get it into your mouth, or it is.
Oh, that's weird.
So, one thing, the little piece on the palate, it has gotten smaller. The original device was 30% larger. People said that it really disrupted the way that they talk. You may notice now, as you first start to talk, that your tongue, it's not used to hitting a slippery surface. The top of your palate is grooved. So you may have a little bit of distortion to your speech initially.
Okay.
Then usually by the end of the appointment, people are talking just fine.
Okay.
Okay? Does it feel okay? No pain?
No, it's comfortable. It's just weird. I can feel myself talking funny already.
You're not. You're good.
No, and you will talk a little bit differently. Not necessarily funny, but just differently, and you'll sound different to yourself.
Yeah.
But again, it's something. Now, I had a patient come in yesterday just for a routine check, and he's been wearing the device, I think, for 5 months, maybe 6. And he's like, oh, I remember I used to make fun of myself in the beginning. I sounded so funny. And now he's like, I totally forget the mouthpiece is there. So trust me, I know that people usually say, oh, it's an adjustment period. It truly is, and you will get used to it. Everyone has. Okay. Can you just kind of pull back on your cheek just so I can see? You mind if I just gonna feel? It feels like it's completely hitting your teeth, is it? It's not hitting your gums or anything? Okay. So now I'll have you
stand and
pull that out.
watch him get his ear.
Video?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll do this one. Try that one, make sure that feels good. Okay, just do it. Here it is.
Wow, that snapped in pretty good, huh?
You can hear it click.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna put this on this. I'm gonna take this off because my hands are wet. Okay. Let me just
This one feels like it keeps moving a little bit.
moving a little. So some.
Maybe I'm pushing too hard.
If you push with your tongue, you may notice that it rocks. It shouldn't move back and forth on its own if you kind of clench your teeth. You shouldn't feel it moving. But what happens is it can't be completely tight because that has to vibrate against your tooth. So, all right, let's see. Put this on there. Make sure the earpiece is the correct size. How does that feel?
Feels good.
Hey, Madison, I want Daddy to turn to the wall, okay? And I want him to block his good
Block
ear.
me, yeah, okay.
Madison, I want you to whisper something in Daddy's ear. I won't listen.
I love you too.
Did he hear you? Yeah. Tell him something else. It's the same thing. Oh. Okay.
Is it hitting the it's too close to the other one?
It might be. Okay. So that's feel that you sound that you hear. That's feedback. Okay. You shouldn't hear that when you leave the office. Okay. Amazing, right? It's pretty cool that it works.
Crazy.
And aesthetically, you can't see it right now. I'll let you look in the mirror. I have a few hair mirrors. They're not as big. Someone dropped mine. And broke it. But aesthetically, I mean, I know you're not concerned about aesthetics. You're just looking to hear, but I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
You're still handsome as ever.
So that feedback, you shouldn't hear it. Right now, there's a feedback canceller that I can activate. I can't activate it until we're done with the test in the booth. Because what it does is it cancels kind of tonal sounds. And in the booth, I'm going to ask you to listen for tones. So if we put on the feedback canceller, it would completely eliminate the tones. So, but can you, were you just maybe clenching your teeth? Can you kind of lay down? It might have been that you were just too close to the other one.
Yeah.
Okay. So, before before we go in the booth, I'll just kind of run through some stuff. It's a lot of information thrown at you. If you forget any of it, I'm here. I have my information